Alright everyone, welcome back again to some more Umineko. What surprises me the most at the moment is that this particular part has been pretty laid back. I was expecting some, I guess, intense scenes to occur really quickly, considering Beatrice appeared, but so far we've been given a moment of reprieve, so I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is and continue on. So if anything else guys, hope you all continue to enjoy. Let's keep on riding this show. Alright everyone, welcome back.
早く行かないと、また源氏さんや母さんに怒られるぜ。私は全然平気だから、早く行きなよ。悪いな、泣いちゃったりなんかしてさ。バカみてえだぜ、私。
Jessica faced away as if to show she wasn't looking for attention, and waved her hand as though to drive Shannon away. Shannon took that as a sign that she didn't want to be badgered anymore, bowed her head, and left the room. When her footsteps disappeared into the distance, Jessica lay down on her bed, still hugging the cushion. Her expression was still a little meek, with tears in her eyes. But for the first time in a long time, she had a very, very quiet and honest conversation with her heart. Let's just say herself.
私も恋がしたい。
Ooh, from night to day. As Shannon watered the flower beds in the garden in high spirits, she sensed someone's presence. She turned around thinking that if one of the family had come to visit, she must greet them. And what she saw was that witch.
Beatrice 様。
久しぶりよの。
Oh, she's visiting quite often these days, huh? I guess she's making up for the time that she hasn't been around in episode 1.
どうだ？その後、そなたの思い人との仲は順調か？
As Beatrice sat on the rose arch, she happily blew on her pipe. Sitting in a place like that would crush the roses. And it might have been dangerous if you fell off the arch, but after all, this was a witch. That was surely an unnecessary concern.
はい。おかげさまで順調です。
当然よ。わらわの魔法はてきめんである。
Wait, did she already break the mirror then? Does this take place after she broke it, or she hasn't broken anything yet? Because it feels like she did already.
そなたにはまるで、二人が出会うのはあらかじめ決められた運命であったかのように感じているかもしれぬ。だがそれは間違いよ。夢、運命だなどと思うでないぞ。
それはわかってます。
The witch was calling attention to something. Two things, actually. That originally her relationship with George had been completely impossible. And that her magic power was so great, it could manipulate that fate. Shannon had become swept up in these sweet days and had started to fall under the illusion that all fate was revolving around her. But the witch's words made her remember. Her relationship with George had originally been impossible. No, might also be impossible in the future as well.
すまぬ。医者と同じよ。病に悩めばすがるくせに、治れば感謝も忘れる。魔女が感謝された試しはないのでな。つい卑屈になってしまった。許すがいい。
感謝の気持ちを忘れたことはありません。ベアトリーチェ様のお力で幸せな思いができていること。そして、そのお力がなければ、私とジョージ様が寄り添う運命がなかったこと。決して忘れたことはありません。
すまぬ。いじめに来たわけではないのにな。口が悪いのはわらわが性分。許されよ。それより、聞いたぞ。二人きりで旅行に行ったとな。 さぞや楽しかったであろう。
はい。とても楽しかったです。
Shannon's face suddenly grew bright. The witch laughed lightly as though the transformation was worth money.
もはやそなたの思い人は一方的に思うだけの存在ではない。互いに思われる恋人同士よ。愛に満たされた二人にとって、世界はただそれだけで成立する。素晴らしき理想の世界かな。魔女も焼こうというもの。
Beatrice laughed pleasantly. That smile was without a trace of malice, making her look as though she blessed the lover's secret meeting from the bottom of her heart. After that day, Beatrice had shown herself before Shannon every once in a while. Even now, Shannon still thought of her as a creepy being. However, she was also hugely indebted to this person for bestowing the magic that had given her the relationship she had had with George. So Shannon was trying with all her might not to be surprised or scared.
そうだった。ベアトリーチェ様、旅行のお土産にお菓子を買ってきたんです。よかったらベアトリーチェ様もいかがでしょうか。
ほう。魔女に土産とな？
It seemed that even the witch who boasted of living for 1,000 years hadn't been able to predict that she would receive a souvenir from a pair of sweet lovers. When she saw that surprised expression, Shannon thought of the witch as a friend for the first time.
ほほう。ラードと小麦粉で作った東洋クッキーか。それを西洋風にチョコで包むとは、まさに和洋折衷、菓子のシルクロードよの。何がおかしい？いえ。
This is quite surprising. I did not expect bonding to occur with the witch. At most, I expected the bonding to occur with the witch and Battler down the line, though.
失礼いたしました。
This mysterious witch, who surely held a terrifying power, was chomping down on the treats one after another, making a sound like a squirrel stuffing walnuts in its mouth. After a while, Shannon couldn't conceal her laughter.
しそうになったぞ。そなたには今度、ネロのドルチェビータでも振る舞おうぞ。バラは永遠の愛の象徴。今のそなたには、バラのドルチェこそがふさわしかろう。
The witch was in a great mood, having enjoyed the modern treats to the full.
これ、本当にありがとうございました。もう私には十分だと思いますので、お返しします。
The thing that Shannon had softly set on the table was a gold-colored butterfly brooch.
返さずともよい。それに、持ち続けていれば、二人の仲はこれからも永劫に盤石であろうが。
出会いのきっかけは、確かに魔法の力で与えてもらったかもしれません。でも、その出会いを永遠のものにする努力は、二人で協力し合って続けていくものだと思います。
愛もバラと同じか。過ぎた世日は根を腐らせる。苦労せねば育めぬ花もあろう。ならば、好きにするがよい。身につけず、宝石箱の中にしまうもよかろう。それは、そなたに送ったわらわの行為だ。それを返されては、わらわも愉快ではない。
申し訳ございません。そういう意味で言ったわけじゃ。
気を害してなどおらぬ。そのブローチは、すでにそなたのもの。わらわとの友情の証にせいぜい大事にしてくれれば、 少しは気も慰む。持ち続け、そのご利益を得るもよし、宝石箱にしまい込むもよし、望むなら恋路に悩む別のものに譲ろうと、そなたの勝手だ。
Ah, she's gonna give it to Jessica, isn't she?
ただ、大事にしてくれればよい。さすがに粗末にされては、心が痛むでな。
According to Beatrice, she had appeared several times in the past in response to a person's summons so that she could give them an item imbued with some kind of magical power. However, most of them, after they used that power to resolve their worries, would quickly come to think of that power as creepy, and forgetting their feelings of thanks, they would throw away the items that had been given with disgust.
だから、わらわの行為に、素直に感謝された試しは多くない。いや、初めてか。
The witch laughed heartily, but it looked like a sad laugh to Shannon's eyes. She herself had been like that in the past. No, maybe she was still like that now. Beatrice was definitely a witch with a strange and terrifying power. Most likely, no one would go along with her if they could help it. And even though on occasion they had relied on her strange power, it had undoubtedly resulted in fear more often than gratitude. It must have deeply hurt the witch when that repeated over and over. From the moment that she realized this, Shannon decided to stop being frightened of Beatrice. That had surely tormented her for over 1,000 years. Maybe she really liked the treats. Beatrice, who normally spoke abusively, praised the black tea that Shannon served her and looked to be in remarkably high spirits. On such terms, the witch and the servant grew animated, talking about the trip with George. Shannon didn't know much about Beatrice. First off, she was a ghost-like being who appeared in unexpected places at unexpected times. And it seemed that not everyone could perceive that she was there. It seemed that each person had something called a wavelength, and that there was a great amount of individual variation in people's ability to perceive the witch. Only Shannon and Kanon could interact with her enough to exchange words like this. There were a few people who could sense her presence, but most people couldn't even feel that much. From what Beatrice said, Kraus and his wife in particular had zero magical talent. And no matter how much she followed them around, they would never notice her. Previously, when Shannon had messed up and Natsuki had gotten really mad at her, Beatrice had started playing around, hitting Natsuki on the head with her pipe. Indeed, Natsuki seems completely oblivious. Is that why Natsuki always had a headache? But Shannon, watching that, had burst out laughing without thinking and had gotten scolded even more.
なら、親方様だったらどうでしょうか。魔法の研究とかをなさっているそうですし、きっと、ベアトリーチェ様のお姿にも気づいてくださると思います。
金蔵も同じよ。あれにも気の毒なくらいに魔法の才能がない。血だな。同情に値するほど才能がない。
As soon as they started talking about Kinzo, it felt like the atmosphere around Beatrice changed. She had spoken about Kraus and the rest's lack of magic talent as though she looked down on them, but she spoke of Kinzo in a different way. Anyone connected to the Ushiromiya family would know about Kinzo's legend of the goad. According to the legend, Kinzo had summoned the witch Beatrice and had been conferred goad. In short, that implied she had some kind of relationship with Kinzo.
だからあれは、才能のひとかけらもないくせに、至ったのだ。狂ったように独学を重ね、魔術師の域にまで達した。
それは、とてもすごいことなんですね。
うん。
The witch who usually looked down on people was unexpectedly praising someone. You can also notice she's blushing. While she lambasted Kinzo, calling him talentless, she praised his efforts.
そして、親方様は魔法の力でベアトリーチェ様を呼び出した。
うん。まあ、召喚に応えたのは気まぐれだ。魔法を否定して久しいこのご時世に、才能のかけらもない者が必死にやっているのでな。少しからかってやろうと思ったのが、 わらわの運の尽きよ。
The words "just my luck" showed that this had been a disaster for her. Shannon hesitated over whether it would be alright to encourage her to continue, but Beatrice continued on her own, ignoring Shannon.
一応、書式もルールも揃っていた。いくつかの作法が混在していたが、まあその熱意に免じ、寛大に契約に応じてやったのだ。そしてわらわは、山なす黄金を与えてやった。
そしてお館様は、その黄金を使って事業を成功させ、今日の財をなすのですね。
うん。魔法の才能はからっきしだが、商才と莫才はあったようだな。いや、理不尽なる賭けにすべて落とす勇気と狂気ゆえにか。狂気は時に魔力に通ずる。なるほど。その点から見れば、金蔵に魔法の才能が全くなかったとは言い切れんか。
Shannon felt like she was daydreaming. While everyone in the Ushiromiya family knew of the story that Kinzo had delved into sorcery, summoned a witch, and been given gold, in actuality, it was all rambling that no one believed in. And now, the witch herself was telling her that it was true. Shannon felt a little flustered at this insane secret that only she knew.
そして、莫大な財産を得た金蔵は、人の世で手に入れることのできるすべての夢を叶えきった。そして、最後に世界の真理を求めたのだ。
世界の真理？
世界を構成する一なる元素。人の世で得られるすべてを満たした金蔵は、人が求める最後の欲望として、それを欲したのだ。
The single element. She felt like she had heard the witch say those words before. When Beatrice saw Shannon trying to remember what that was, she smiled awkwardly, waving her hand and saying there was no need to remember.
わらわも金蔵を少し見くびっていた。まさかあれほどの力を見せるとは思わなかったのでな。おかげでこのざまだ。茶飲み友達もなく、この島にもう何十年も縫い止められている。誰に話しかけようとも声は届かず、どこへ行くこともできない。なんとも退屈な数十年だったことよ。
As she laughed in self-derision, she tapped her teacup with her finger. It made the clear sound of porcelain. Shannon didn't know whether the word of self-derision was really an accurate expression to describe the look on the witch's face. Shannon didn't understand everything, but she could more or less figure out the situation. And it was surely a topic that she should not press the witch on lightly, unless the witch started talking about it herself. To sum up everything she had said up until now, Beatrice, who had been summoned by Kinzo's magic, could not leave this island for some reason, as she had lost her power and her form, living her days in boredom. During that time, her words had reached Shannon, who never forgot to strongly respect the witch. And she had made Shannon help her to regain her power, even if only a little bit of it. As a result, she had become able to drink tea with Shannon like this. Okay, so this takes place after she broke the mirror then. Alright.
ベアトリーチェ様が私に割るように言ったあの鏡は、一体何なのですか？
ああ、その話か。この辺りの島で、大昔いろいろとあったらしくてな。そのせいで良くないものがたまり、悪い歪みを引き寄せていたのだ。それを、旅の東洋魔術師か何かが、鎮魂の社を建立して封じ込めたらしい。それ自体は、わらわとはどうでもいいことなのだが、困ったことに、 魔力の基礎が違っててな。わらわの魔力にも強い干渉を及ぼしておって、非常に迷惑していたのだ。
そうだったんですか。私はてっきり、ベアトリーチェ様を封じていたものだとばかり。
わらわを対象にしたものではない。だが、神格のある鏡だったからな。結果として、わらわの力を封じ込めていたわけだ。料理に例えるならこうか。わらわの注文した西洋料理が、厨房でまさに料理されているとする。ところがいざ配膳しようとしたら、客席は日本風で、懐石料理が並べられている場だった。だから厨房は場違いな皿を出せず、わらわのところへはいつまで経っても西洋料理が届かない。だからそなたに日本風の客席を打ち壊し、場を一度白紙に戻させたのだ。そのおかげでようやくわらわの注文した料理が届き、力が戻ったというところか。もっとも、ようやく食前酒が届いたというところよ。メインディッシュにはまだまだ遠い。今のわらわなど、靴屋の妖精にも劣る希薄な存在でな。ん？何がおかしい？
魔女様の例えがあまりに面白かったもので、まさか魔法の話がお料理の話に例えられるとは思いませんでした。
我ながらうまい表現だったつもりだが、よもや笑われるとは思わなかったぞ。
See, right now, this particular portrait of her, she seems and looks the most human right now. She's even embarrassed.
少し心外だ。
A slightly sulky expression rose to the witch's face. It would not have been a strange expression at all to see appear on the face of two friends as they enjoyed their tea.
こう見えても、昔は残酷極まりないことで知られたわらわだったが、丸くなったものよ。人間とこうして、たあいない話で茶を交わせるようになるのだから。
She was probably talking to herself. As Beatrice gazed at the seabirds chasing the horizon, she put her tea to her lips again.
雲が出てきたな。海も精彩をかけば、灰色の水たまりに過ぎぬ。
そうでしょうか。曇っても、海は美しくて、真っ青だと思います。
Maybe the witch had noticed the deep meaning behind Shannon's words. She laughed lightly and set down her empty teacup.
もはや、そなたの両目に埋められているのは、黒い石ころではないらしい。どうだ？家具から人間に生まれ変わった気持ちは、理解できておるか？
はい。世界が、こんなにも優しかったなんて、知りませんでした。
Since her relationship with George had begun, Shannon's face had grown brighter more often. Her smile had made everything go smoothly, and had even changed her luck. Shannon made fewer mistakes in her work than she had before, and the family members' opinion of her was starting to change slightly. Just the other day, crowds who rarely exchanged words with her had suddenly started talking to her, surprising her.
最近いい笑顔をすることが多くなったじゃないか。何か良いことでもあったのかね？
いえ。でも、楽しい毎日です。はい。
良いことじゃないか。同じコーヒーなら笑顔で継がれた方がうまいに決まっている。その笑顔でもう一杯頼めんかね。
はい。
That had become a chance for Shannon to gain confidence in herself. That also comes off like Kraus is flirting with her, but I mean, hey, maybe he's just complimenting her. Of course, it didn't go beyond her own heart, and it wasn't so big a change that everyone could see it. But she had begun to change bit by bit. Shannon understood it clearly. To know love was to gain a soul, and therefore to be born again from furniture to a human. There was absolutely nothing mistaken in Beatrice's words. By knowing love, Shannon had learned what it was to be human.
珍しい茶化をちそうになったな。有意義な時間であった。そろそろ仕事に戻らねばならぬ時間であろう。茶会はこれまでにしよう。そなたとわらわが茶を飲むことを好かん者もおるようでな。
I'm assuming that's Kanon.
え
The witch gripped the teaspoon and flipped it with her finger, sending it in the air. Then it was flicked by the fingers of some invisible person in an empty space and flew straight into the bush close nearby. The bush moved violently and Kanon came out. It seemed that he had been there for some time and had been watching their tea party. The spoon was gripped in his hand. If he had not been able to catch it by reflex, it might have hit him hard in the forehead and caused him to start oozing blood. Kanon's a ninja?
安心せよ。茶会はこれで終わるぞ、カノン。
いつからそこにいたの？声をかけてくれれば、カノン君の紅茶も入れたのに。
女同士の語らいを邪魔したくなかったのであろう
Kanon kept silent, but it seemed that there was a slightly hostile look in his eyes. On the outside, he acted respectfully. But unlike Shannon, Kanon did not trust the witch. Beatrice rapped the table with her pipe and the tea set turned into gold butterflies which flew upwards in unison. They scattered in every direction and the cleanup was already done.
楽しかったぞ、シャノン。また縁があれば会おうぞ。まだまだ魔力が足りぬでな。姿を現すのも疲れる。
そんなに疲れるなら、二度と現れるな。
Kanon had said it all in a small voice, but it seemed that the witch had heard it perfectly. She giggled, but did not reply.
シャノン、次の茶会では、ジョージとの話をまた聞かせておくれ。人の恋路より甘い茶化は他にない。それでは、さらばだ。
Beatrice's body also became gold butterflies which scattered in all directions and disappeared. It was a very fantastical and beautiful scene, like a blizzard of gold leaf. For a while, Shannon quietly watched the witch's exit. Kanon approached her from behind and spoke with a very different expression on his face than his sister's.
姉さん、あいつと付き合っちゃダメだって言ったじゃないか。
ベアトリーチェ様はそんなに悪い人じゃない。確かにちょっと怪しいところはあるけれど。
僕たちにしか姿が見えない時点で十分にうさんくさいよ。あいつは人間じゃない。何を企んでるかわかるものか。
カノン君、それは少し失礼だと思うな。
Shannon spoke seriously, which was unusual for her. To Kanon, who knew her well, it must have seemed extremely serious. Kanon showed almost excessive surprise at Shannon's style of speech and remained silent.
確かにベアトリーチェ様は人間とは違う。恐ろしい力を持っているし、恐れ敬わなければならない存在だと思う。でも、人間とは違うからといって、それだけを理由に忌み嫌うのは、とても失礼なことだと思うの。
姉さんの言いたいことはわかるよ。姉さんは、あいつにあのブローチをもらってから変わった。まるで魔女の虜だよ。ジョージ様との仲を取り持ってもらって、頭が上がらないんだ。
そんなことを言わないで。
あいつは人間じゃない。
Oh, look at that face.
何を考えてるかわからない。だから気を許しちゃダメなんだ。
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. I don't know how to feel about the witch at the moment. Beatrice is still she's still a closed door to me. I don't know. I feel like she still has something planned, and I don't think she's necessarily as nice as she claims, but she has been sealed for a while. So having some sort of company with Shannon does keep her, for lack of a better word, human, and it shows off her pleasant side. So there are possibilities that she could be this kind-hearted witch after all, but still, it's still early in, and we'll find out in the upcoming chapters to come, guys. So thank you all for watching. Until the next one.